Hello and welcome to the recording here where I'm going to be doing the weeks 1 project through week 7 project. I'll be stopping periodically to show you examples and how to actually use it in Excel, how to prepare Excel for it, and also to compute and do the projects for the course, Business Statistics. So sit back, relax, feel free to push pause anytime or rewind to go back and see how to do the concept. All right. So hold on one second. All right. So we're going to begin with project 1. So here's what we have to do for project 1. And basically you're given your worksheet you download from class. And it's going to look like this. We're supposed to be getting for the first question, we're supposed to get, for each of the 2 majors, you want to, using a pie chart, we're going to do a summarization of both the school types. Okay, so what you do is, here's the easiest way to do it, is you highlight the whole row here, or excuse me, column, from school type, go to insert. The reason why we're doing this is because we have to do the counts of each of the public and private in order to do the actual pie chart. So we go pivot table, and I'm using this one here, leave that as default, push existing, and what I'm going to do is put it right next to here so I can actually use it. Okay, and push OK. And it's saying it's merged. Oh, 1 second, you shouldn't have that problem. What is merged? There is no merged. Let's try it again. Insert, pivot table, existing. Oh, okay, I see what it is. Push OK. Oh, put the reference. Let's put it right here, it's fine. You can put it anywhere, really. And then once you put the table in here, you can actually click on the school type. Okay, notice it goes like this. And then what you want to do is move the school type. You left click and drag it and put it underneath the values. And when you did that, it actually counts it for you. So there's 16 and 4 for the public and private out of this whole set right here. You can actually relabel this if you want to. Put it in as, this is the school type. And over here is the counts. Okay. The next step is to actually graph it. So you just highlight just the two columns there. And you can only do the data. You don't need the grand total piece. Go to insert and then select on pie chart right here. Okay, just select the first one. So we're doing a little pie chart right here for our data. Okay, and to actually modify the data, the pie chart, you click on the chart itself, go to design, and you click on the third one to the left here. Okay, you can choose any one, but I just chose that one because it's easier to read. And then from there, you want to change the title by clicking on the title button right here. And that's for business major. Okay. And of course, you can do the same thing for the other set too as well. Okay, so you just replay this tasking here and be able to do that. The next thing we're supposed to do, you're supposed to comment about the results. So of course you can say something similar, that there's 80% more private schools than there are public schools types, okay, or 20% less, or 20% only private schools, something like that, right? All right, the next thing we had to do was, for each of the 2 majors, is create a frequency distribution and histogram using the column annual percent RI. So you need this column right here. Okay. And you want to go between, you're starting off with 6% and then going all the way down to 11% going up by 5.005. Okay. The way to do that is you have to actually create these thing called bins, and that's the way uh, frequency distributions work. You have to actually have a bin for to count the ranges between how each one of these fit in there. The question was to, I'll put it in here for you so you can see it. To actually get one of these boxes here, you can actually go to Insert, and when you do that, you put a text box here, and then do text, just like that. So then you can just draw it, and then you can create your own little text box. You can actually, make it bigger or smaller, and you probably will need that over here. So what you can do is you can actually put down just like this, and you can type in there and say question 1. Here's my response. Okay. So over here, what we're doing is we're doing this right here, what it tells us. We start off with 6%, and the first thing I want to do is actually I want to format this area here. I want to take what's in the contents as far as the actual formatting. I want to take that concept there, click on Format Painter, and then go down here. Oh, it didn't want to do that. I want to take one of these, okay, Format Painter, and then bring it down. And there's some reason this thing is messing up. So 1 second, let me fix this. This shouldn't happen in yours. Okay. So you want to actually push Format Painter and then drag it down a little bit here. And the reason why you want to do that because you want to make sure that they're the same contents on both. Okay. So when I'm putting my percentage in here, it's actually going to show up the correct way, the same way as the other one. Now it says start off at 6 and go up by 0.5 or 0.005, right? So for us here, on this section here, we're going to match it by going up 0.5, right? So it's not 50%, right? It's 6.5, okay? And in order to go down rapidly, you can manually type it all the way if you want to, or you can highlight the first two, and what Excel does actually copies its pattern for you, and it'll match it. So when you have the black plus there, you can drag down the corner all the way down to where you need to go to, which says 11 right there. Okay, you're in at 11. Now, in order to make things fit over here, I'm going to have to go Insert, highlight over here, Insert, and make it go to the right. That way have more space between here. Okay. So next thing I want to do is actually build my histogram and my frequency table. Okay. And I'll show you that. So in order to do that, you have to actually have this thing called a data analysis tool pack. To get that, you have to actually go to File, Options, Add-ins, push, yep, and then push Excel add-ins right here down the bottom, push Go. And then make sure this box here is checked. Once you check that box for Analysis Tool Pack, push OK. And then now when you go to the data side, it should be there underneath Data Analysis. So now you need to click on that Data Analysis tab to do the histogram. And here's the histogram right here. So you just select the histogram. Yours may not have been clicked on all the way, so you just click on histogram and push OK. Now when you do histogram, you're going to have to actually select information for you. I'll show you what that means, okay? I'll show you all this stuff. That's why I'm deleting it all for you so you can see. Now when you do the input range, this is referring to what we're supposed to be doing the frequency distribution and histogram for. So we're doing it on the annual % ROI, okay? So you want to grab the whole thing, including the labels. So these are labels up top here. Grab the whole thing. And then when it's done, you push the next bin over here, this little next frequency thing, and then select the whole bin range. Okay. Now what it's going to do is it's going to take this contents in here and then match it to whatever category it goes to for you. That's what it's doing. And then now you tell it has labels. Labels meaning that it had the field name up top there. Excel refers to as labels. Output range, you have to click on the box right here and you push output range. What you want to do is put it somewhere where it's not on top of your data. So you want to put it below, okay, something. All right. The next thing you want to do is push chart output. And then it'll come out with a chart. So then you push OK. and then now it builds it for you. One of the things you need to do up here is make sure that your data is, you can see it. So here's your frequency distribution right here, okay? And over here is your chart. In your chart, you can actually resize it to make it fit so it's not so long. You can bring it over like this if you want to, okay? And that's it. This is the project one. Now you do this for both sides though, okay? You have to actually do it for both sides. But I figured once you build the first one, you can build the second one the same way, okay? And that's pretty much it for the project one. Next we'll be going on project two.